And just like that, affirmative action is no longer here. What does that mean for us? Probably that we have to vote again because this is the most important election of our lifetimes. Have you heard that before?
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black feet leg on.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another King of Reads video, girl. This has been a month. Let's just go ahead and cancel Pride Month. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Thursday, girl. I don't know when this video is gonna be put out, but I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to get into a couple of things. I didn't get a chance to talk about the Russell Simmons situation with him and his kids. I definitely want to talk about that. I was going to do just a full-fledged video for just that, but I'm going to put it in this King of Reads video. I also want to talk about the Supreme Court essentially just ending affirmative action. There's just so much. I just don't even know where to start. It's everywhere. I don't want to share this with y'all. Also got to talk about the misinformation with Johnathon Majors. We've been seeing a lot of people put out false misinformation when it comes to him being not guilty. And it's the same repeated thing that we've saw with other situations just like this when it comes to domestic violence. We're going to talk about that. And we also got to talk about this Moriah Mills situation because honestly, I have so many questions. But one thing I do know is that these men like sex workers. But before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and get into this mental health check-in. I am doing pretty okay. I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. It's just been a long week. I've been doing a lot of work. For you all who are following me on Instagram, I've been working on this campaign with the CDC. I just posted that today. Please follow the link and get your self-testing kit. Now, this is not a promotion because they ain't paying me to put it on YouTube. But I appreciate the people who follow me on Instagram who saw the post. If you haven't, go and look at it. Follow it. Order your self-HIV testing kit today, girl. Get those things done, period, because knowing your status is the best thing. Y'all know I always say that it's not about you being negative or positive. It's about knowing where you are so you can stay on your journey when it comes to your sexual health, period. But today's been a pretty good day for me. I think this month is coming to an end. Well, tomorrow actually is the last day of the month, girl. I'm ready for it to end. I'm ready for my birthday. My birthday is in August. I'm excited about that. Although I got a lot of things I want to do, but not the budget for it. So yeah, working on some other things. Y'all will see those in the future. But I'm doing pretty okay. It could be better, but I'm just taking it a day at a time, and I appreciate y'all for being with me on this journey. So let's go ahead and get to the tea for today. The tea for today is I have no idea what's going on with this Moriah Mills situation. So Moriah Mills is a worker with the SEX, period. And apparently she's claimed that she's pregnant by Zion Williams. And it's just been a whole conversation, girl. Like, everybody been talking about it, and I actually had no idea what was going on. I was like, girl, this cishet drama. One thing about it, these men like them some workers. And I ain't talking about the Starbucks workers. I'm talking about the other ones. They love them some workers. And I don't know, because I think it was one situation, I don't know, where one guy, I think this was somewhere in South Africa, some artist apparently got this this woman pregnant, and his girlfriend, a wife or fiance or something, apparently just buried their child. Like, girl, one thing about it, these men like them some workers. So Mills has spent the past few weeks publicly attacking the New Orleans Pelican star on social media after Williamson posted a picture of his pregnant girlfriend. And weeks after that, Mills has came out on Twitter and threatened to leak some tapes allegedly showing the two of them. Not only did Mills post a picture of the test, she posted a poll asking followers what should she name her child, with the options being Junior or Zariah, a blend of Zion and Moriah. Child. So much from what I was seeing. Apparently, you know, Zion's wife or whatever is not, like, she's not leaving, she ain't going nowhere. This man is well paid, and like Jules said in her TikTok video, this is above my pay grade. She said, girl, they said you got a bag, we asked around, they said you didn't. Like, she is going to stay in her bag. She was like, girl, we gonna talk this out, or whatever. But I don't agree with her leaking the tape or whatever. I think that's a little too much. But these men put their women in these instances all the time. Like, y'all continuously put y'all wives, y'all fiancés, the mother of y'all children through so much harm, and I just really don't get it. I just really, like, y'all could at least use a rubber. Like, y'all could at the very least use a rubber, but y'all like, girl, rubber, I want the feeling. Girl, it's just, and then y'all be in situations like this and then wondering why y'all in the shade room and all these other blogs and stuff. And now you got her like dealing with all of this drama. It's just a mess. Like, I just, man, like, I can't. So issue, I think right now Moriah Mills, I think her Twitter account has been suspended now. I don't know if they brought it back or whatever, but there's been a couple of stories of athletes just getting women pregnant or being married and being caught up with these, you know, these workers. And this is not the first time. This has been going on for the longest. This is not anything new. We act like our great, not all of us, but enough of us have had like grandparents, especially the grandfathers who've had, you know, different families all at the same time. I know, I think my grandfather had 2 families around the same time, and I think other, like, it's just, girl, it's a mess. People are a mess. It just is what it is. Men, patriarchy, all of this stuff, like, they know exactly what they be doing. But I just don't understand why y'all be putting y'all women through this. I don't know why y'all just don't snip and just bottle her up and freeze her. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But we keep talking about love and marriage and all this other stuff. I just don't think it ever was. I don't think people, but we keep talking about, oh, bring back love and all this other stuff. And I don't think that love was actually never there. I don't think that, you know, the small amount of families that we do see, you know, some of our parents and stuff who've been married 30, 40 years, is going to be enough for us to dismiss the conversation that maybe a lot of us are not interested in being monogamous, you know, and I think that's something that all of us should explore, and say, hey, you know what, and be honest, like, I don't want to be in a relationship with anyone. I just don't. But there's so much like being pushed specifically on women to get married, to do all of these things. You saw on Summer House how Jasmine, you know, her parents were not married, but she fell in love with the Hustables from the Cosby Show. She said she kind of like, that was her definition. And now she's in a very, what I would say, a very emotionally abusive relationship with Silas, how he talked to her, how controlling he is during their trip. And folks who've been watching Summer House have been covering, I actually did a review on the Summer House season finale for season 1. I did it on Patreon, and also me and Julesy did an hour and 10-minute conversation about it. It was really, really good listening to Julesy's perspective as a cishet woman and my perspective talking about this. Like, it was just really, really good. I encourage you all, if you can, any patron that's subscribed at the lowest tier, which is the $5 tier, has access to the video that me and Julesy did. But for the conversations and videos I've done about Summer House, that's on my $10 tier on up. But the $5 girlies, they've been getting a lot of content. Like, the girls can't, like, they've been getting a lot of good content this month. And I just think that I put out, you know, really good quality things for my patrons and stuff. So I'm not one of those patrons where you only get 1 video a month for $5 or 2 videos. You get a couple of them, but the more stuff that I put out, that's for the higher tiers. So I appreciate those who are supporting me over there if you can. Yeah, and I also been covering Real Housewives of Atlanta over there as well, and that's on the $5 tier as well. But I just feel like that some of us are forcing ourselves to be in these relationships just because that's all we know, and like, some of us gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go. But, you know, shout out to y'all for the folks who's making it in these monogamous relationships and stuff. Like, for some of the people who are watching me, how do you feel about monogamy? Are you in a monogamous relationship? How do you feel about cheating? Can someone cheat and come back? As someone who has been in a relationship with someone who cheated, I don't know, like, cause I did take them back, but I was like, oh girl, like, you know, I think the reason why I took them back is because I was lonely and I did not want to be alone. So I'm not scared of being alone. Come on, Doja Cat. Oh, that song. Wait, what song is that? I'm not scared of being alone. Baby, she ate that song. And I got my Doja Cat tickets, period. All the tickets I need now is to go see Usher in Las Vegas. And then my Infinity Gauntlet will be done. I saw Ari Lennox earlier this year. I'm seeing Beyonce in August. I'm seeing Doja Cat in November. I kind of was interested in seeing SZA, but not really. But I think the only person really I want to see for my year to be complete is actually Usher. That's who I am committed to seeing. But, you know, we'll see, because them tickets high, and girl, I'm not a big fan of Vegas like that. But we'll see. Let's move on and talk about something like the Pink Print 2. Nicki Minaj announced on Instagram that she's going to be pushing back her release date for her 5th anticipated album. It's supposed to be coming out, I think what she said, in November. I think in November, whenever the first Pink Print album came out. This is going to be Pink Print 2. Very curious to see what she's going to be giving. Is she going to be giving old Nicki, or she's going to be giving a mixture of old and a new Nicki? Because she's calling this Pink Print 2, so I wonder what direction she's going with that. But she said she didn't want to like push it back, but she had to because of things. So we're going to see. But I think it was supposed to be put out in, I don't know exactly what day she said it was going to be put out, but I think it was supposed to be sometime in August, if I'm not mistaken. But now, August or September, but now it's going to be in November the 17th. And she said she's going to be announcing a tour for 2024, and we're going to see. So very curious to see what that's going to give. I just, you know, I don't know if I'm hopeful, because I just not heard any new music from Nicki Minaj. Just really just like had me, okay girl, like I'm hungry. But her fans are anticipating that, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and talk about the misinformation with Johnathon Majors. There's been a lot of misinformation put out on social media as if Johnathon Majors' case was over and he was found not guilty. And this is the same things that we've seen in previous cases and stuff. And it's just, it's very telling. Like the tactics that are being used, putting out this misinformation in the event that Johnathon Majors is found guilty or whatever. It's going to be like, well, no, at first he was like found not guilty. So what changed? It's just continuous misinformation. And I think that his team is not interested. I don't know if it's his team or not, you know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I can't say that his team is doing it, but we've seen other folks, there are other teams for other celebrities do this same thing. And they're trying to win the court of public opinion, because that's what matters the most. The more support that Johnathon Majors gets, the better chances of Disney continuously like working with him with the Marvel projects or whatever, because they've already invested so much money in the future with him. And girl, we're just seeing tweets and stuff from folks saying that he was found not guilty, and that the victim, the alleged victim, is being arrested for lying. We're even seeing an uptick of TikTok videos now of folks like trying to break down the case in defense of Johnathon Majors being shared. And it's just like, it's very particular because he has a court date that's coming up in August. So we don't know. Like, I'm just trying to see why everyone's so invested in defending. You even have, I think his name Anthony Mackie, one of his like co-stars who plays as, what is his, I don't even remember him. He got the little wing thing on, you know, one of the Avengers. Is he Avenger? I don't even know. But Anthony Mackie said that, you know, he kind of supports Johnathon Majors, and like all the stuff was lies and stuff. Like, we can have a conversation about the New York Police Department, you know, being racist and anti-black. We can have a conversation about that, but we also can have a conversation about you still did what you did. But these witnesses accounts and stuff that's being said and da-da-da, like folks are trying to say, I don't know. I'm not going to play into that game until the court, until we see more things and stuff. Because I'm not taking these folks' account. Because we did that same thing when it came to Megan and Tory. It was just so much misinformation. And then come to find out when we got the reality, it's just like the stuff that was in the court wasn't even the bomb shells. Like the stuff that didn't get told, that were not talked about, was like that came out later, was the actual tea. Like even Tory Lanez's lawyer had told him, like I think a previous lawyer or something had told him that he doesn't think that trying to blame Kelsey is going to like win him this case. At the end of the day, the defense just has to add a shred of doubt, like just enough to be like, okay, well, what if type of situation. I'm not a lawyer. I want to be an attorney. I wanted to be one so bad. But one of my faves on Twitter, who is actually an attorney, was talking about all the misinformation when it came to this. So shout out to him. I won't name him because he's kind of private, but I love him to death. And don't cut your hair, because he has very beautiful like hair. And he has a beautiful nose too. I love a man with a nose, like, but this is not about me being thirsty. This is about Johnathon Majors and the conversations about him. So we'll see where that goes. I'll keep y'all updated as we go on, but I'm seeing the misinformation and it's just really disgusting. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Supreme Court. Ooh, I thought this video was not going to be long, but we got to talk about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is Supreme Court. They are doing the things. We've seen them, rule today, and essentially end affirmative action. And a lot of folks are arguing that affirmative action really did not do anything for black folks. It was, if anything, it was doing a lot for white women. Like the percentage of white women being accepted in specific fields and stuff jumped up significantly. And black folks really didn't, get anything from it. Conservatives held the 6-3 ruling that could drastically alter college admissions policies across the country. Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. said the programs unavoidably employ race in a negative manner that violates the Constitution. Come on, reverse racism. From the New York Times, the decision is likely to reshape college admissions at elite schools. Here's what to know. Race-conscious admissions programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina are unconstitutional, the Supreme Court ruled on Thursday. The latest decision by its conservative supermajority upending decades of jurisprudence on a contentious issue of American life. Chief Justice John Roberts, writing the 6-3 majority, said that the two programs unavoidably employ race in a negative manner and involve racial stereotyping in a manner that violates the Constitution. Girl, let me tell y'all something. I see what's going on in racism. There's been so many conversations about this, and I feel like a lot of them missed the mark. You're seeing folks being mad, saying that, if Hillary Clinton had won in 2016, then we wouldn't have had this issue because she would have had the ability to appoint, I think did Trump appoint 2 or 3 justices? I can't remember. I think it was like 3. And folks are talking about that, like, hey, y'all should get out there and voted. But we did get out there and vote, and Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. And Donald Trump lost the popular vote, but he won the Electoral College. And with that being said, that is an example of how whiteness is going to whiteness, because it's not even about the numbers now. It's always going to change. It's all like Professor X says from the X-Men, life will find a way, white supremacy will find a way. If we don't move towards just ending it, we are going to be continuously playing this game. Continuously. Some people saying, oh, we're going back in time. No, girl, I don't think we're going back in time, because a lot of these things, honestly, that we're seeing, we're not really being that enforced. Like, I think it's hard for us to see this world, this hell that we're living in. It's because we're already living in it. Like, we can't see it because we're already in it. We're already in it. And we think things are better, but it's just like, what is better? What is better when we're still having conversations about black folks being unalived in the streets? Like, what is that? And then when we have conversations about black folks being unalived by the police state, then the response is, well, y'all are doing it to each other. So it's just, what is better? And I think this is why so many conversations about anti-blackness are so important, and white supremacy are so important, so we can understand the stakes. Because abolish the Supreme Court, period. And don't even just stop there. All of it got to go. All of it has got to go. Like, we cannot continuously think that voting is going to be the only answer to upend this. They do not care about us voting like that. They don't. They do not. I was having an argument with somebody not too long ago who was saying that, oh, the government is trying to destroy us and trying to, eradicate our populations and stuff. These capitalist-led governments want us to be alive for as long as possible so they can continue to exploit us and continue to make profit off of our bodies. They don't make any money from us being gone. Like, they don't make any money from that. They make money from us being alive. And that even, goes to the conversation about, reproductive rights that have been taken away. If this institution really wanted to end, and they will be pushing abortion, they would be pushing it, but they don't. They want, because folks have to replace the next group of people. Like, as we age out, we need to have another set of working class folks to be able to take care of them. We need more folks put into this system to continuously participate in capitalism. And that's just the tea. That's just the tea, sadly. And I don't know what the answer is to all of this, to be honest. But I know this current answer is not. It's not, in the sense that, you know what I mean? It's just not working. It's just not working. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Supreme Court. I don't know. The things I want to say, I won't be saying it here, period. Let's move on. I want to talk about Russell Simmons. I know it's been like a week or two since the conversation and stuff. I think since the Father's Day thing. I think I was actually out of town when that happened. And Russell Simmons, Moriah Simmons, got on Instagram and she, said her piece. She said, in defense of her children, because her children was wishing her a happy Father's Day. Apparently that triggered Russell Simmons, and he started firing off some shots and stuff, and his other kids started responding and sharing stories of how much their mother has been there for them and how much Russell Simmons, the father, has not been there for them. And I was watching the Breakfast Club, and the Breakfast Club was saying, I think just hilarious, just really uninformed, the danger to society when it comes to black folks and information. Her and the Beige Rage Fade was saying, oh, it's about jealousy. It's about, oh, the father ain't taking care of them or giving them any more money. It's just like, y'all didn't even watch the video. Y'all did not listen to everything Kimora was saying. Kimora was even saying that, what's her name is broke. She was really saying that Russell Simmons doesn't have that much money and that she's had to help him out numerous times. And let's tell you something. Russell Simmons is not seeing heaven. He wasn't even seeing heaven in the beginning, because of the thing with the rush car. Like, he was exploiting black folks, poor black folks, for a minute. What, he's supposed to be the godfather of hip hop or something like that, girl? These folks, black capitalism will not save us. They will only continuously have us even more messed up, because we are thinking that since we share the same identity that we're going to care. But it's just like, no, girl, black capitalists will put you under, girl, to pull themselves up, to put themselves, they will do it. And they, like, girl, these girls who think that they got a couple of Airbnbs and they doing stuff and they capitalist, girl, you are not a capitalist. You are not a capitalist at all. Like, girl, don't let these folks fool you who own a couple of things and think they're capitalists. Y'all are not capitalists. Y'all are not who we're talking about. We're talking about billionaires and millionaires. We're not talking about y'all. There's no shade to y'all, but y'all are participating in capitalism, but y'all still don't really, y'all don't really have any capital. Like, y'all don't really, like, these folks are like moving things, legislation and things, and moving like people, like moving our politicians to vote against us, like, continuously. We talk about global warming and climate change. It's happening right now. Right now, the fires that are coming from Canada that's making the air quality unbreathable in Atlanta. Who you think is outside working and sweating, like, right now? Who you think? Who do you think is out here, like, right now? It's black folks, it's minorities out here, building things, out here doing stuff, and they will be the ones affected by all of these things. Because the folks who got money, they're in the house working, unfortunately. So, like, climate change will affect black folks more than any other group. We saw what happened with COVID, how it affected black folks and other minorities. So that's the conversation. Yeah, so it's just, girl, I don't know, maybe vote like our lives depend on it for the next election. Girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but Russell Simmons, it's just, he's not a good person. He fled the country to escape accountability when it came to the conversations about him. And, girl, just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, the things I want to say, I really can't say it because this is YouTube, but y'all know what it is. And he's tried to kind of brand himself as the positive warrior while also participating in harm. And that's how it is sometimes. Folks like, oh, I'm a yogi, I'm out here doing this spiritual, this and that. And then you're out here like causing harm to folks and steady stuff coming out. And then we see how you react to your children. But you're supposed to be a positive person, I thought. But that's neither here or there, but a blogger, same shit. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment below what you thought about all the topics, all the conversations, what you want me to cover in the next King of Reese video. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye.